Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting adventure in the Pathfinder Carrion Crown campaign, brought to you by the Spell Tracker app. That is a great way for you to keep track of your character's special skills and abilities, powers, what have you, especially if you get the premium version of the app. It's available on Google Play or the Apple App Store. When during our last adventure, the party had a climactic battle with the Lopper in Harrowstone Prison. A battle which was ended in brutal executioner fashion by our own Grigori, who lopped the Lopper, and he shall lop no more forever. And with that recap done, I will turn it over to our Master of Ceremonies, Doomboy, so we can begin the adventure.
Man, I want to fact check that entire recap. It wasn't epic. These people saw it. It was a murder.
I mean, it was downright criminal.
You should go to jail.
Any good thing that happened in prison.
Last time, the DM spent a bit of the week trying to make a nice map for his party to fight it, only for it to go completely to waste.
Didn't go to waste. We enjoyed it.
F's in the chats, boys.
Yeah, I don't think it's a lot, but I really appreciate it. Have a nice field to play in, only for Gord to effectively say niet.
I don't know, he's become the thing that he loved the most, a headless corpse.
I completely agree.
But, Cyphus, as you finish your reading, you note there's a single sentence after the tale of Grigori slaying the Lopper. Cut off by the end of the page. It just goes, but in the end, ...
Somebody's been listening too much Linkin Park.
Look, guys, we've come so far and tried so hard.
In the end, man.
Let's just exit the prison before we deal with any more.
Do you wish to see what is on the next page of this book, Cyphus?
Sure, why not?
Turning to the next page, you see it reads, "It was all for naught," as an illustration is spread across this page. It shows 5 of you hung, murdered, butchered in gruesome ways. Jack's skin peeled.
Look. Oh no, really, Harrowstone? Really, you're gonna mess with the book? Get out of here.
Oh.
You know but a fraction of this book's power. You know that it does not get tainted or affected lightly.
Mm-hmm.
That would require something extremely powerful to do that. You doubt Harrowstone has that strength.
Well, we'll see.
I want to roll a perception check, since we're not going to look into the book.
All of us, or just me?
What was that?
All of us, or just me?
Everyone.
Oh, I rolled a 20 for one.
Perception. Yep, right on par.
So, Rigel and Cyphus, you hear the wind begin to blow through the hills, through the trees, and through Harrowstone. But it seems to take a kind of musical bend as it passes through Harrowstone.
Yay.
Raphael will start to whistle at Jonty.
I'll just yell out into the darkness. Yeah, you're next, Piper.
So you must fight witty with whistle.
You must fight evil with 6 sampling.
Raphael is like walking away, like with a bounce in his step, like doing the little pointy finger thing, like wild and crazy guys, you know, just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just.
To you, Rigel, it takes you back to a time when you were a young boy, whenever your family would gather for a funeral to put to rest one of your elders, and this haunting music would just fill the entire day, bringing no joy to anyone, make you wonder why it would even be played. For you, Cyphus, it has kind of an empty feeling, knowing with your experience there will most likely be no one to bury you, no one to attend your funeral. Your death will be silent.
Between the whistling come from the wind and Raphael's own whistling, you see me stop for a minute and listen to the whistling of the wind while it seems like I'm contemplating over something. I look down. You see my hooded head. Look down for a minute in contemplation, thinking about this. Thinking about not just the wind, the whistling, and Cyphus' own comments. It's almost like a culmination of that. Well, it seems I lost some thought for a bit, and around me, those around me will notice I actually stop moving with my hand, right hand on my sword, just listening, and then, not saying anything, not doing anything, just listening and have my head down.
As you whistle, Raphael, battling against whatever eeriness seems to perpetuate, feel a cold chill run through you as you find your whistling begin to die down. As though this place has supernaturally silenced your music.
Can you repeat that last bit?
It is as though this place has silenced your whistling supernaturally.
Kusamak, how dare you?
So, what do you wish to do?
I think we should make our way to the exit.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
We need to rest.
So, a bit exhausted from various wounds that you had received from the headless individual before you and none from the locker, you begin making your way out. As you make your way past the gates, anyone going to be on watch?
Yeah, I will. After a while, you see me raise my head up and continue on as if nothing happened. But internally, my head's become a beehive of thoughts, memories, and slight worry. So I'm on, what can be best described as the fullest alert I can be in this state. Should I make another perception just to check, or just?
Yes. Make a perception.
All right. Here we go. Oh, there we go.
Alright then. You note in the neighboring bushes that something is watching all of you. Something is lurking there.
I see. Do our eyes meet when I try to find this thing in the bushes looking?
No, it's trying its best to hide.
Let's see. Who's around me at the moment?
Everyone, unless they decided to ditch you.
Which we did not.
I assume Grigori grabs Cyphus and pulls him back.
What? Huh? But the door!
This is outside of Harrowstown.
I know, it's time to go!
Yeah, we've.
So
yeah,
did
we're
I
outside.
relay that information?
Let's see.
Wait, are we... I'm sorry, are we outside of the prison proper but within the walls, or are we outside
Oh,
the
no, you're
walls?
completely outside of the place.
Okay, completely out.
Let's see. I increased my stride a little bit to let's see, between to just basically catch up the Deacon and
You went on ahead, so...
Oh no, okay. Then I just wait a bit and for everyone to catch up, and then seeing Deacon pass by, I draw close to his ear and go, Deacon, is there any chance you can sense? Is there anything you sense right now, magical, anything else?
Well, I don't have detect magic. Can I just make a perception to see if I can see what he's talking about?
Sure.
I'm going to say.
Wow! That's a really nice spotted owl you noticed. They're not usually local in this area, but it's quite lovely.
Well,
Say, I see nothing amiss, my friend. Why do you
well,
ask?
because unless my ears, my eyes, and everything else, my perception's off, I would keep my eyes close to the bushes. Because unless
I see.
Yeah, because unless I'm seeing things, I don't think we're alone as far as on the road on the way back to the house.
There's
Yeah.
certainly something rustling in the bushes, but you can't tell what it is.
Yeah.
It's small.
So seeing
Right. Raphael is going to start clapping his hands, going, "Come on, come out, please."
We're looking for a bird?
Cyphus has a weird relationship with birds.
Well, no, is that what we're looking for? I'm confused. We're whistling.
Who
I wasn't really
whistles?
paying attention.
I swear, Roll20 has a.
So, wow, there's actually
I'm gonna look if everybody's looking
I have
out.
no idea what they're doing here, Jack. It's neat though.
I go, hey, whoever's hiding, get out here.
So, meekly stepping out of the bushes, you all see the very small child, goblin, Smiggins there. Tears running down his face, snot out of his nose. He is shaking like a leaf.
Smiggins?
Oh, you poor little thing. I'm gonna take off, like, my jacket and give it to him. Wipe off his face. What happened?
I was waiting to see if you are okay. I was scared.
Oh boy. I exhale a little bit. After seeing his effect, Smiggins, because I thought, considering the not too subtle, as Cyphus has rightfully pointed out, presence of the Piper, I thought it'd be a monster. But seeing it as Smiggins, I relax a bit and just go, Smiggins, what are you doing here?
You're my friends. I'm supposed to be brave and wait and make sure you're okay.
Oh. Squatting down, I go, my squat down to Smiggins' level. And essentially just clap on the back going, there, it's alright.
The second you clap on his back, he jumps like 5 feet. It's kind of impressive for a little goblin.
He's landed on awful thick sense motive.
Okay. This is a child. They're not great at lying. He genuinely seems to think through a lot of misunderstanding that you guys are his friends. And whatever experience he's had with children of his age, question marks, that this is how you treat friends. That you have to, be supportive. Even if you're scared. Which he is quite terrified.
May I also roll a sense motive real quick?
By all means.
Yay!
You are a very kind and trusting individual, and you can tell this is a little child that has spent a lot of time out at night near Harrowstone. So it makes a lot of sense that he is scared witless.
Oh, Habibi, don't worry. You are with Uncle Rafa now. Don't worry. I'm gonna toss him on my shoulder. Not like over my shoulder, but like sitting up on my shoulder, like you would do it with a kid.
What are you doing?
Don't worry. We're just taking you along with us, so you'll be safe and you'll know we're okay.
Okay.
We appreciate the concern you have for us, but contrary to what we look outwardly, we do have experience in, well, not this sort of thing particularly, but encounters with other monsters and such. So, for lack of a better word, we should be fine.
Yeah, leans into you, Raphael.
What's experience?
I'll tell you about it when you get older. Let's go get some food. I'm hungry.
Okay.
As he's kind of like just sidling up to your head, just enjoying the warmth that you have.
I do kind of run like a furnace.
Yeah, but
Anyway, I assume we make our way back to the house? Yes?
Yes, you do. Making your way in, you all see Kendra in the living room, asleep with Sika in her lap, rolled up, and Boots inside a little bun of Sika. She is completely zonked out. You see that there is a small tray of food that you don't think she made herself. It looks more like she bought in town.
I was just about to say...
You cut out there, friend.
Cool.
But yeah, just some cut and dried fish, some meats.
Well, I see, Kendra was kind of to get us dinner this time around. Perhaps she was tired. Perhaps she's been tired for what she's been doing here. Well, that was nice of her. I'm gonna look around. Go ahead.
Oh, he's back. We lost you right what I was about to say.
Oh, well, I was just about to say that I was going to throw away the tray of food, but then you said that that she didn't cook it. That's what I was laughing about. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I warm up the food. I also cast purify food and drink.
All right then. You all know that it seems to have lost a bit of its taste with purify food and drink, but
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't know that.
like the salt and whatnot has been removed. Any kind of spices in it. One of the downsides to purify food and drink. It's a catch up.
Wow. Well, I don't know.
More of an interpretation.
Maybe you're just really bad at purifying food and drink.
He purified all the impurities out.
He got the puritanical version of it.
Got the Amish version of it.
Deadening salt was a poison, but sure. Let's go with that.
Hey, the Amish are pretty nice people.
I didn't say they weren't. It was their cooking I was calling into question.
No.
Huh. I don't know about that.
Either way, they're not going to hear this.
Right?
Oh, Amish listeners, you're breaking
Damn,
some
joke of the
rules.
session so far.
Or it's Rumspringer, in which case, I'm glad you chose us during your one time to enjoy technology. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. But to clarify, I said I didn't know salt was a poison. And then, as a joke, but...
I mean, it kind of is.
Anything in large enough quantities, my dude.
I mean, if you purify salt water into fresh water, it probably removes the salt.
Yeah, granted, but a little salt in your food's not going to hurt versus the lethal dose.
Oh yeah, like the spell knows your diet.
I mean, you're the one manipulating the spell.
I am.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, anyways, while Raphael's doing that, I'm going to look around and see if I can get a blanket for Kendra. And Boots and Sika.
Okay.
Whom I'm slightly looking at a bit and trying to contain myself because I can't help but just find how adorable Boots is turning into a little, cat bun on top of a curled up Sika. Go ahead.
Jack, as you watch arresting Sika, you can tell she's dreaming about ripping out throats.
A almost sweetly sadistic smile comes across my face. I go curl up about a foot away.
So reading the spell, it doesn't really say anything about.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's.
I call shenanigans.
Well, call me whatever you want, darling. It doesn't make
you I call boo boo kitty fuck. I'm saying the situation.
Fight me in the comments. Anywho, yes, the food is fine. It's completely edible. And anything that Kendra may have done to induce foul play has been removed.
Don't you mean enhance the flavor?
To some, yes.
Enhance.
Flavorize.
It's like there's a party in my mouth and they've gone full murder hobo.
Oh, jeez, I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens.
That's what I imagine rock candy infused with pop rocks would be.
Yep, that's it. That's the flavor.
Or any unnecessarily spicy chicken wing.
That's sriracha sauce for me. I do not like that stuff. That's just melting.
No, I think what it is it's the chicken wing that has two different flavor packets put into it, where they've dipped half the wing in like the molten lava hot sauce, and the other half is the extremely flavorful hot sauce. So you take the first bite and you're like, oh, what a great wing. That second bite, ooh, there's a little scorch. The third bite, what happened?
After dinner, I'm going to inquire if Grigori, Raphael, and Rigel are willing to join me for another seance.
What do you plan to do this time, Deacon? At least as part of the seance's plan.
Well, I think we're on the verge of a breakthrough. We keep getting closer to the spirit of the Warden. It's been taken up north somewhere, and I think it's worth attempting to try to reach him again.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, well,
You said I.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yalla, let's do it.
Okay, so I will take them upstairs and prepare the space. I'll lay out I'll lay out the talking board, put the planchet on it. I will have Grigori and Raphael place their hands on the planchet with me, and I will ask Raphael for some guidance.
Boop.
Right. And I will say,
Hey,
yes?
I'm gonna touch you on the shoulder. I'm gonna look you in the eyes. I'm gonna smile. And I'm gonna say, and give you a vision of madness as you momentarily hallucinate tentacles coming out of my mouth.
Probably linguistics.
Let's see. 28.
Yeah, no, he actually got some of that. Is something about beyond the pale of that which is, let that which will be. But you might have the dialect completely wrong. You're not certain.
To everyone else, I say, good luck on this. I think it's a good idea. And you get +1. on.
Sure, what's the goal anymore?
You get a +1 on skill checks and a -1 on attack rolls and saving throws.
Huh. Yeah, I'm starting to get Echo now. Thanks.
Alright, so I'm going to make that will save after I say... I'll just make the save. I actually think we got him, boys. I will say, it is the spirit of the Warden of Harrowstone we wish to contact. Warden, I will ask you one question. Let's see. One question, and there's...
Who's your daddy?
And you...
Will the McRib be back?
Okay, so, DM, I have a 1 to 60 chance of it being a true answer, and a 61 to 100% chance that it is a incorrect answer.
Okay.
And I will ask, where in the north have you been taken?
How many legs does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
1, 2, and the planet is destroyed. That's stupid owl, dickhead.
Oh!
But you wait for a long time, feeling your consciousness spread out through the oculus, reaching, and being met halfway as your hands slowly move.
I'll be recording the answer for them.
L E P, and then you feel your connection sever, the spirit doing its best to try and hold on to you as something grabs and tears it back, severing your connection.
Do the rest of us feel this while Deacon has a vision? Do we feel like the presence, like he's...
Do you put your hands on the board?
Yeah, you can have your hands on the board.
Yeah.
Yes, faintly.
I'd like to try to extrapolate where Lep is.
Alright.
What kind of knowledge roll would you like me to do to try to figure out what place?
Geography?
Okay, yeah, that's probably the most likely, but can I tempt you to do a different knowledge?
Can you argue it?
Well, if there's any historical places, because I'm assuming that this cult is holed up in a ruin of some kind.
I mean, you'd imagine that would require geography to know places that are historical.
Yeah, but that's history as well.
Like, I know about the Alamo, but I also know it's in Texas. They kind of go hand in hand.
Well, but the first part is to know if there's even a place named that, and I think...
Okay, I will have a very high DC for you to narrow it down.
Now, let me ask you, is that DC 7 high, or more than 7 higher?
No, it's not.
Alright, then it's worth it for me. 29.
Okay, you're thinking really hard about places it could be, and you're thinking about basically how far someone could have gotten from here in the course of 3 weeks. Go on.
I'm going to go get a map.
Alright. As you're kind of struggling, you can't think of any real famous places that are called Lep. But you do know there's a city called Lepidstadt.
Okay, so that's our most likely candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, when Raphael comes back with a map, I'll relay that and I'll circle Lepidstadt.
Alright, and is Lepidstadt somewhere in the north region, perhaps?
Roughly.
So it's in the right direction. It starts with LEP. It's a big enough city that a cult would have a foothold. I think it's our most likely candidate. I can't think of anywhere else. There might be some villages around that carry LEP as the beginning of their name, but who knows?
Well done, Cyphus.
Yes, that's the issue of language. It honestly could be this place is called this in this tongue, but in that tongue it's something else.
That's true. Now, may I make
We
a
are,
point?
of course, assuming that this is the correct answer. This is the true answer from the warden himself.
Granted.
Yeah, assuming it is the warden and not something else.
Correct. But although I would very contend with for what it's worth that, considering that some entity is calling the warden out there, and it's not, well, his captors, I have a good feeling that the warden would have less likely reason to lie to us about it. That said, if what I felt was true enough, he's also being watched, entity, so I'd say let's go Lepidstadt for now. Something tells me that, well, you're right, a big enough cult presence would have a presence there. At the same token, they would try to hide themselves in any way they can, so I think you're the money in all fronts, Cyphus.
Well, I think first and foremost we need to deal with the issues of Harrowstone here before we could even consider moving to Lepidstadt.
I agree.
Correct.
But in the meantime, it gives us something to research.
True.
Indeed.
Now in my head to go, again, well done, Cyphus. And let's lead what to go after we deal with what we gotta do in Harrowstone, particularly, the Spider-Man. We got rid of one, let's hope the rest are, well...
Well, Piper's cheats.
Yeah, obviously, I think
Even stupid whistle.
Yeah, I think he made himself known, and if anything else, volunteered afterwards. Didn't think any of them would, but hey, closer we get to the Spider-Man to rid Jack of his new unwanted employment, the better.
He stopped me from being able to whistle my jaunty tune. He is now my mortal enemy.
Yeah, he is. His ass is grass. DM, can I do a history check to try to figure out like the background of Lepidstadt and what I know without doing any research?
You may certainly try. That would be a knowledge geography.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant more the history of the city.
Okay.
But I'll do a geography if that's what you want.
Yes, that is what I want.
Nat 20.
Hey.
I've been to Lepidstadt, actually.
Yeah. Something in the back of your mind said that you shouldn't stay there too long, or else you burn the whole place to the ground. Found in 3898 AR, Lepidstadt is the largest settlement in all of Eland and effectively acts as the country's capital since the governing official is based there. Lepidstadt is located on the banks of one of Usla's numerous rivers west of the foothills of the enormous and near impassable Tusk Mountains that mark the border with the whole of Belkson. There's a very large population, almost 10,000 people there. Primarily humans, some dwarves, some elves, and a few gnomes. Their government's a council, and definitely don't want to mess with that because that means even more people to upset. There's talk of there being this weird stone figurement called the Spiral Cromlech that people believe that ancient druids had done great and terrible rituals with, which those that have asked local druids have said, no, we don't. Why would we? But who can trust local druids? It's also on the center of worships for followers of Pharasma.
Oh.
Makes sense.
There's also a university there.
Oh yeah, see, I visited the university there.
Yeah. It's where the professor has borrowed books from that you guys are supposed to return.
Oh yeah, so we're supposed to go back there. That's perfect.
Foreshadowing.
I just love seeing all the realizations dawn on Cyphus's face, just one after another. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! My memory...
Wait a minute!
Or ever was. Okay, so I'll relay the important information about the Cromlech. What was it called?
Cromlech. It's the Spiral Cromlech.
Spiral Cromlech. Just
which
because
sounds dirty.
Yeah, it's my new favorite position. Just because the druids say they didn't do anything there, doesn't mean someone else hasn't. So, or has taken those rumors as a reason to use it as a place of power now.
Can I do a religion check on druidic practices that might have happened at this Cromlech?
Sure.
I imagine it would have a high DC because druids are sneaky.
Specific. Yeah.
DC,
By all means.
I got a 15.
You've heard lots of talk like animals being sacrificed there. A lot of turtles, but you do recall reading in some discussion that it may in fact actually be birds that are picking up tortoises and dropping it on the big rock in the center as a way to crack open the shells. But what are the odds of that?
Birds are far too stupid to do that.
I don't believe it. I think it's witchcraft.
Penguins are heavily organized.
I'll say I've heard rumors of animal sacrifices at the Cromlech, but without being there to examine it firsthand, I couldn't say more.
Well, I think talk for another day. We should rest up and then prepare to go back to Harrowstone. We have more crystals to put down.
It's funny to think that animals sacrifice both ways. The animal is the one sacrificing, and what's sacrificed.
Agreed. Let's rest up and prep as best we can. And not that I want to deviate our next course too much, but we may have to go back to town to see when kids get some poppin'. If, like I said before, if the Piper really has volunteered to be our next opponent, we should prepare bestly.
That's not a bad idea.
You would know that anybody that has spells that, have a verbal component, they'd be suffering.
Yeah. The one problem with that...
stuff right now regarding that.
The problem with that, Rigel, is that I don't know how much benefit I can be if everyone's ears are stopped.
Well, that's fair. Just that'd be one defense we have against this Piper.
Well, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. And although, to be fair, my own magic, there are some spells if I can't hear the resonance of it, it's hard for me to perform, so, the correct point again. Although if an indication if, I don't know much about I've been focusing on research on the Whopper, I haven't done much on the Piper, but in any case I am controlled by it, I give you full permission to knock me unconscious or bash my skull in. Give you full...
Do Jack's ears perk up at that sound?
Yeah.
Jack fully wakes up.
Yeah, Jack.
Well, so far, the spells that I have prepared, and also the spells that I think would be good. Jack.
He pops awake.
It's at the word bash that you're already up, and at the word brains you're excited.
I'm guessing he looks at me and
You
goes,
hear some heavy steps running in your direction.
oh no. He's ready his hammer.
That
Which
would
I-
depend on if the door is open or closed. Because if the door's closed, then you would hear a heavy thud as he's trying to go through it. If the door's open, then Jack's running in the room and wondering whose head gets to get bashed.
Oh my god, how about I try to close the door as you slam into it?
Roll me a reflex save, Raphael. Just to make it look like an accident.
Goes running for the door. Shit!
Give me that sweet, sweet reflex save, Raphael.
Ah, Jack.
I hear him running down the hall and I'm like, oh no, and I go to close the door, but he busts through anyway.
You close the door. You know you got him right in the face. He's on the other side. You don't know how that happened. Like, you check the door just to see if there's an outline of Jack, but no. He's a quick little guy.
It's like at the last second, he's like. The inquisitive look on his face, the nervous twitch in his eyes, and the fast movement of his head lets you all know he is very ready to hurt something.
Okay, Jack, remember what I taught you? Breathe, breathe, breathe.
As his head twitches back and forth.
Hypothetical bashing.
Like that, slowly.
Hypotheticals.
I was speaking in more of a if worse comes to worse, I give you guys full permission to knock me out, but now I'm regretting my words. I say as I look at Jack's hammer.
The twinkle in his eye goes straight to you, and he goes, ah.
The jackhammer can do a lot of damage.
Yes, they can. I regret what I said.
Anyway, I definitely think someone should have protection from evil, because the additional will save you can get if someone gets compulsed.
Don't we
Yes,
just
I have that.
Let me check our loot.
Jack goes and sits in the corner.
We have 1 scroll of protection from evil.
So basically, the spells that I'm thinking of: protection from evil, bless, shield of faith, and cure light.
So I'm taking Cure Light with my Bard spells, and then I'm taking 1 Detect Undead, and then I'm taking 1 Positive Pulse.
You guys might not need the Cure Lights, because I have Cure Light too, and I cast spontaneously.
I cast spontaneously with my Cure Lights, and so does Raphael, because he can change any of his spells with the Cure Lights.
Yeah, I just have the cure lights as my domain spell.
Okay, cool. Alright, what about you, Rigel?
I admit I only have I got a potion or two, perhaps, as far as my own stock. But yeah, I'm trying to get into. I myself am trying to get into the more magical aspects of healing. But
well, what spells do you have? Are you going to prepare for our encounter?
Let me switch up what I got right now. But for now, perhaps doubling it down on the shield spell, and perhaps a magic missile will do.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. Force damage is a really good thing to have. I think if you want to try something more offensive, Shocking Grasp would be good, because that's an extra 2d6 damage.
Right, I guess, but I don't know if that really affects them incorporeal, and so far most of our enemies we face with the big ones are going to be in the more corporeal walk of life. Death, rather, sorry.
First off, that was really good. I am very impressed with that. Second, I believe incorporeals take half damage from magical effects.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind.
So I have a silver dagger, but do you think I should prepare a magical weapon?
Yes. Absolutely.
So
well, I don't know. Everybody's got +1 weapons now, right?
No, I don't.
I have a magical weapon.
Rigel has one because of his ability.
Yeah, because of his ability. Grigori has a smiting shot.
Right.
He needs it.
Yeah.
He's also got the ghost touch bullets.
Yeah, so he's good, you're good. I don't attack. Jack has the +1 axe, doesn't he?
Yep. Plus.
Taking it out, Jack, you note that a lot of its power seems to have faded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, use or lose it, baby.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is it masterwork or +1, or is it
stats right now?
Okay.
Wait, Jack, you have spells, first level spells, don't you?
Jack's looking at you quizzically. Spells?
Charms.
Oh! Yeah, I scream at my bow and it makes it more powerful, or I scream at my axe and it does the same thing, or I scream at my foot and it makes people fall down.
Listen,
The magic
we
of the
can't
first
rule out that
strange
Jack's
being.
brain was replaced with that of a possum's when he was a young boy.
Huh?
I scream and then things happen.
Yeah. That's how it works. You guys just talk funny. I get to scream at stuff.
Makes sense.
I can make people fall, or I can make my weapon stronger.
So that makes me wonder, if we don't have a magic weapon for Jack, then you might
yeah.
want to prepare a magic weapon for him.
But I can give him my silver dagger, and you can have fun with that.
Okay, it is in fact a +1 hand axe.
So it's still a +1 hand axe even after the Lopper's death?
Yes. What effects it did have before are now gone.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know it had extra effects.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you blow things' brains out.
Everybody's got magic weapons, so we're all good.
Alright.
Okay. Salava.
Jack's looking at the hand axe, looks at his other axe, wants the two to be the same, looks at Grigori. Then starts getting closer to Grigori. Slowly getting closer.
Yes. As
He
Grigori
hands you
looks
both
at him.
axes.
I'm good. As I hold up my pistol.
He looks at you quizzically, reaching for the pistol.
Jack?
Nope.
Jack? Jack, use your words. Use your words, Jack.
Jack's skull scowls over.
Don't
You
you
guys bring
start me on...
Swiggins inside?
Yeah.
You guys have no idea where you went.
I was just about to say, while this is happening, I'm going to the little goblin about experience, like I said I would. Also, I'm going to about the
So, looking around, looking for basically anywhere where you think a small child would find interest, it takes you a good couple moments, but you see that most of the meat platter has gone, and his little stuffed gut, as he's resting upon Kendra, she, while completely asleep, has basically brought him into her arms as he's just cuddling with her.
That's sexual harassment.
She was big and warm, and that was enough for a small child.
I saw that coming. Jack, after scowling over at freaking Cyphus, goes to Grigori and goes, "Make them the same."
What do you mean?
Make them the same.
As you just remembered what Jack said about screaming to make things work. As you note the sleeping Kendra.
I'm sorry, that does not work that way.
You can see a scowl forming on his face. What
That
do
is
you
not how
mean?
this works.
But you make stuff, and you can make a lot of things. You make complicated things.
I do not make stuff. As I do the quotation marks with my fingers. I do not make stuff. I shoot things.
Yeah, and you shoot things, and you turn that little wheel, and things fly out of it. And there aren't things in it right now, so you make things.
Now you
And
have
he's
to weigh.
scowling at you.
Now you have to weigh the options of teaching Jack how guns work to making Jack upset by refusing him. Which one is better? Which one is worse?
I'm going to keep my art to myself.
Yeah.
I'm not risking Jack. I'm going to risk Jack finding out how my weapon works.
Oh, see, that's a great idea. I see. Huh?
Jack,
the puzzle
our weapons are not the same. Mine
So
works
you'll
already.
teach me.
No, I will not teach you.
No!
My arts are my own.
Okay, so teach me how to make my arts.
I do not know how to make your arts.
But you know how to make that. And that's complicated. This is simple.
Yes, but it is not something I have studied.
Then steady it. And he hands you the axe.
I'm not taking the axe.
You're right. He keeps pushing the axe at you like, take it! Study it!
Well, I'm desk by noon.
I am not taking the axe. I am holstering my pistol and taking myself elsewhere.
He is not taking your ass. Your axe, no matter how much you push it into him.
As Gregory just kind of rolls his eyes, he's like, I'm going to get a drink.
He looks confused at Deacon. Deacon, why isn't Gregory making it work?
There's notably no liquor in here for you. You'd have to probably go to the pub, as you guys have drunk this place dry.
Perhaps
I'm
the
going
axe
out.
is a little too complicated for him.
I can't believe you people would drink all the booze in this house. As he slowly, hides the bottle of wine in the fold.
I'm like, I'm
I
drinking.
can't believe you guys did this, as he gestures a bit of wine coming out of his wrist. Tap, tap.
I just have the last glass of brandy. I'm like, what are you talking about? What makes you think I don't drink like a fish?
I mean, the sad thing is Gregory wasn't even responsible for drinking the house dry. It was everyone else.
Sheikah helped.
There wasn't much alcohol in the house to begin with.
This is sacramental wine. This is for blessing things.
Blessing my insides with sweet warmth.
Iowa, he gets it.
Oh, speaking of, I had a ceremony I needed to perform. Could I maybe have a glass?
I can't. There's no alcohol.
So, Jack is stalking Gregory.
So, Gory, while you're making your way out, or making your way to the bar, roll me a fortitude save.
Oh no.
You're paladin, you're fine.
Yeah, you're definitely fine.
Yep, your turn.
Without a doubt, I am fine.
There is a real strong pain in your chest, and for a moment, you're kind of struggling to breathe, but you're a tough man, and it passes as you've managed to get air. And you watch this Jag as he's basically clutching his chest, doing his best to take in air.
Can I go to the?
Does that happen?
I'm gonna just kind of thump my chest for a second, like I'm clearing it out, like.
Yeah, Jack would have been on your heel, like making sure you don't fall over dead. You know, he's looking at you with deep concern in his eye, no, breathe.
So Jack's there. You don't know when that part.
But are you really surprised?
I am.
Wait, go ahead, Raphael. That was good, but it was cut off.
I said I'm there too. I wanted to.
You have to wonder for a moment how on earth you missed both of these two. Jack's forgivable, but Raphael was not.
I even told you to wait. I said, hold on, I want to come too.
I did not hear you.
That is the 20 heal check to see what is wrong with Gregory.
I am fine. I am fine. It is a momentary thing.
Fine. He seemed to have been in pain, but it's kind of difficult to tell whenever the patient's arguing with you.
Yeah, as he's
Get your hands off of me. I am fine.
as he's waving us away with the.
And I was really hoping for a holy man fist fight.
I put a stethoscope up to Gregory's back. Where I got a stethoscope, you don't know, but I have it.
Oh, the healer's
Okay, now I want to take a very deep breath in through the nose.
As I bat the stethoscope away, I'm like, over me. I'm fine. I'm fine.
As Jack takes a couple of his bullets off of his belt.
Or tries to with that 9 sleight of hand.
With that very poor sleight of hand, his head.
Something a
I'm
little
just
bit
hoping
because
Grigori's
trying to,
distracted by Raphael enough.
I was gonna say, was trying to put something.
Oh,
in
then
your-
you know what? Can I give you the help action?
Yeah.
They boot Jack away for trying to pickpocket me, or reverse pickpocket me.
Roll me a perception check.
Ah, come on. Just miss it. Jack needs a couple of bullets.
Yes!
Oh, Jack, as you reach in, you step on a stick and onto another one. You decide to watch your step and really carefully get by. You step on a duck. You know what I got there,
Right?
So, as you reach your hand in and pull out about 4 bullets as you shoo the duck away, it nipping at your foot.
Right? Get out of here. Where'd you come from, anyway?
Distracted with the doctor.
Right? While Raphael is still messing with him, like, come on, stay still, Grigori. I just need to make sure your heart is beating okay. It's fine!
Grigori went to the doctor, but Jack got the lollipop.
Well done.
I have one of those. I have one of those sleeves. I have one of those sleeves to check blood pressure now, and I've got that on Grigori.
And I'm like, where are you getting all these things?
Dude, don't ask questions.
I have a question.
What did I just say?
Yeah, I've traveled with Grigori for a while. Obviously, I'm not here, so this is information really isn't for my benefit. But is this something new? Does this happen to him occasionally, or is this something that has only happened since we started investigating Harrowstone?
You've heard the occasional coughs come from, but you travel a lot, lots of seasonal stuff, and you're not exactly the hardiest guy yourself, so you've gotten hay fever before.
All right.
So an oddity, for sure.
We'll add it to our collection of oddities.
Right?
The safe and dangerous things.
Alright, so Jack will secretively investigate one of his 4 captured bullets while Grigori is distracted and hide the rest in his pouch until he has a need for them.
Now, you have a simple flintlock, correct, Grigori?
Yes, it's a simple.
Oh, damn!
That's what the perception.
Okay, you essentially have a metal ball bearing.
So that
you have
perception was to see if I saw what Jack was doing.
Yeah, like the happiest little boy, you see him with a handful of
Marbles.
shiny metal marbles.
Hey, like,
that
oh,
you
how
can quickly
cute.
surmise those don't belong to him. It's profiling, accurate profiling.
Jack,
Slowly, his head twitches in your direction.
you can have fun with those now, but just make sure to give them back before the battle. Yes.
Definitely. I don't understand how they work.
Sabab. Let's go get drunk.
Okay. As he starts tapping them against each other and different things, and they're not doing anything, so he's even more confused.
One makes a ghostly spark.
These things fire up really quickly and kill anything they touch. Better walk them together.
So back in the house, I'm gonna ask Deacon if he wants to continue with the ACLA lessons we started while in jail.
Yes, I absolutely would.
All right, because I don't really want to sleep until they're back. You know, I don't feel particularly comfortable if nobody's awake in the house. So.
First word, Cyphers, I'll most likely be awake. I'm doing my own research on this and trying to polish up my notes on the Piper as well. I say as I kind of quizzically look at the little goblin curled up with Kendra. Not sure I think of it as personally, but right now neither Kendra's in trouble, Smiggins is doing okay, and they look all comfortable. So if anything, I'm just keeping an eye on them.
Did you want me to ask the Green Goblin?
No. I'm just watching over. But sure. Please go on. Yeah, but please go on with the aqua lesson. Well then again, it's better if I keep an eye on all of them. But Cyphus, I'm not too sure I got the spelling on this one phrase in aqua right. You might take a look over it.
Yeah, please. By all means, join our session.
Oh. Well, I can hear you from afar there too, so... But, yeah, please look at these notes. I'm not sure I got the spelling right. I'm pretty sure I've added a couple more O's than I should be, and maybe a U and...
Well, Aklo likes its vowels.
Yes, a lot. But, yes, go on ahead. Go on ahead, Cyphus.
Yeah, so I think I'm having some trouble with the ending syllable on the Aklo word for invocation.
Oh, okay, so, yeah.
Pick it up for anyone else?
No. So it's pronounced insoniernia.
I cannot.
Insoniernia.
Insoniernia. So it's the hard nya, right?
Yeah, nya.
Yeah.
So once we have a word that passes 4 apostrophes, I tend to get a little confused, but I think I've got it.
I totally get it, and you know, it really gets complicated towards later where Aklo just starts slamming words together to make bigger words that are really just 2 words in one.
Like a mighty
So like
flood.
Yes, when you add the name of the invoked to the invocation itself.
Yes. Yeah, and it gets complicated. That's why Aklo actually has way more words in its language than like any other language. And it's not because
Maybe you
more
clink
words.
your drinks together, knowing you missed that nerd crap by a mile. But as you're at the Laughing Demon, you note it's a lot quieter. Like, this place has been raucous and full of life for the last couple of days, but folks are just having their meal, not talking to each other. The folks that would normally be playing a card game are just kind of there muttering to each other. One of them, his knife in the table, just turning it back and forth, annoyed.
Jack casts Detect Magic and looks at the balls.
Casting magic, you bring your gaze upon it, and you can't help but wonder what magic Gory has put upon these that you can't figure it out.
Right.
It is a secret I will take to my grave.
Most likely. When casting the spell, do I detect any other sources of magic in my general vicinity while we enter the bar?
No, there doesn't seem to be any magic hanging over the rest of this place.
As we enter the bar, Raphael is going immediately into like schmooze mode, like kind of just rubbing elbows with people. He's the healer, you know. He's here to help. Just that whole vibe.
You have traveled far across Katapesh. You have seen far too many people. Never before have you seen such a dead energy, and you've been to funerals. You've walked into funerals that you've walked out of happily.
To be fair, Katapeshi funerals are quite the extravagant endeavor.
Yeah, these guys all worship Pharasma, so I would expect them all to kind of be
Hey! It's a puppet!
down to earth. Or
I'm really keen on the image of people coming to a Ketapeshian funeral strictly because they know it's going to be a bop. Oh no! Greg died! Yes!
break out the karaoke machine.
I heard that change. I know what people want now.
So that or Cyphus, I made my choice.
Anyway, I'm just going to go up to the bartender, say, you know, how do you do? I'm a traveling healer, you know, do you know of anybody that needs help? I'm here.
I know you, my friend. You, nothing wrong with the people. This is, Oscar, the guy, running the entire place, who you've chatted before over, wolf in sheep's clothing meatballs. Yeah, just...
Yes.
changes for the sake of making things safer here. After the fire the other day, no more cards for a while, just in case something happens again. As you see, one of the two burlier gentlemen slam their knife into the table at the accusation, and we haven't managed to get our shipment of the more finer beers, which can be a bit off-putting, and folks are talking about having a curfew put in place, which is going to put the real hamper on the old demon, but she can take it.
I will definitely have one of those finer ales.
Well, they're not in.
Oh, I thought you said... My bad.
No,
misheard.
No. Folks aren't going to be sad that the alcohol is in. That's never happened before.
Jack looks over. Yes, Kendra's never made the alcohol.
Fair point.
As he starts to gnaw on one of the bullets, realizing it's actually harder than his tooth.
It's lead.
Start chewing, and like a popcorn kernel, it's stuck now. That's a little
And
worrying.
slowly Jack realizes, oops.
Right. With gusto.
As it's now kind of lodged in the old Nasher on the back right.
I like to think it just fell into position from where he's like missing a tooth for some reason.
Unfortunately, no, as you two, Jack struggling to get something out of his mouth, and he hasn't even eaten yet.
As he sits there and fiddles with it.
It's as you guys are talking with Oscar, you know that there's no music playing to this place either.
As Jack starts to actually get that bullet out of his teeth, he kind of starts to look around and notice like all the different things that are off and outputting. You know, the lack of cards, the lack of joy, the lack of drinking, the lack of noise. And he goes, "I don't like funerals. They're boring and people die. Let's do something." And he grabs whatever piece of food he can find and throws it at the most distressing looking person in the room.
All right, you
Okay, Raphael will make his way to the door.
You
I
two
didn't get
talked
any
over
of
each
that.
other, but it was perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Raphael, go first. Because I have to make you said before the DM.
Speak.
Come on, buddy, you gotta say something.
Well, never mind.
All right. Acceptable. DM, speak.
I said, so you throw a piece of bread at Grigori.
Yep.
So you have been struck by some bread, a thing I did not expect to say in this horror game.
And when it hits you, it makes the rubber ducky noise.
And I jump over the bar.
Okay. Roll me an
I can't let him
acrobatics,
get me.
Jordy.
I can't let him get me easily.
He does have a gun.
Shh.
This
He won't
huge
shoot me over
guy
bread.
He's hit by the bread. He feels it just hit him in the back of the head. And he just kind of turns for a second. He's like,
You see me stumbling over the bar.
I'm like, what the?
So, you are struggling to climb over as Oscar's kind of just shooing you like the kitten you are.
I am not struggling to climb.
You
Climbing is
were.
easy. It was flying. I couldn't fly over the bar. The jump was not successful. The climb was very.
Okay, he is struggling to catch you, like the greased pig you are.
Jack, are you okay?
Jack looks for another article of food. As soon as he acquires
my
one.
friend, please get off the bar. It's unsanitary. Shoo. As
soon as he acquires another piece of food, he throws it at another patron of the bar.
So, Raphael, you have been struck by a piece of mashed potatoes.
Somebody's trying to start a fight.
You guys just got out of prison.
I ain't going back.
I'm trying not to go back. I really am.
I don't think I make my reflex save.
You do not. You try to jump back and hit right into a support beam, and that kind of stung.
Yeah, it twitches your back where I landed on you.
I take the mashed potatoes and I throw them back at Jack.
No, stop, please, no! As he's just kind of trying to get food away from all of you.
I pick another patron in the bar and throw more mashed potatoes. Only this time I pick someone who's at a table instead of at the bar.
Okay. What's your AC?
Let's see. I don't have, and I have that, so it is currently 19.
I think I know that mashed potatoes are a weapon that would go off touch.
My thought process.
Well, yeah, mashed potatoes would be, but you managed to hit one of the fellas that wanted to be playing cards, and he just chucks his knife at you, and it hits you. But throwing a knife is really hard, so you get hit by a handle.
And Jack grabs a piece of bread and throws it at another person in there.
Please bring your friend, please.
What I was trying to say before, Raphael leaves.
He's like, I'm out.
Raphael, exit stage left.
Gregory leaves at this point, leaving Jack to his fate.
Oh,
He inevitably starts a bar brawl.
After our break, because we're gonna go on break while I think about a food fight of all things.
They were going on break because this is a silly thing, and there's far too much silliness right now.
Yes.
Too much silliness? No such thing.
We'll be back in about like 15 minutes, folks.
Yeah, that's turning into Monty Python now.
On the second thought, let's not go to Camelot. Tis a city.
It's a silly place.
Hey, I could have gone on about the linguistics of Aklo, but nobody wanted to listen to that.
This is gonna be great, as Jack's just gonna walk back out the way he came in after starting. After putting some joy in their hearts in a food fight.
Oh god, what is going to be unleashed?
And he'll have to go catch back up to Gregory as he slunk out of Jack's glorious food fight. Totally see Gregory getting out without ever getting hit with anything messy. Just somehow he just managed to avoid all of it.
Somehow.
I got tagged by the thing at mashed potatoes, so I have like a big splotch on my chest.
Right?
I'm like, what the hell?
It's like, I'm pretty sure Jack's gonna end up covered in food before he can stealth his way out, but
I don't know if this is gonna turn into a food fight, dude. I think this is just gonna turn into a normal fight.
This is probably gonna turn into Jack getting his ass kicked.
I don't know.
You know, what gets me is that we're all prepared to go back to Harrowstone, and we're like really pressured to put Harrowstone to bed, and Jack is just gonna get arrested again.
Never.
No, even if you get out of the bar and go home, they're just gonna arrest you like there.
I will be accused.
Like, this is the issue, is that we're gonna have to wait another set of days.
Never.
In which the Spider-Man has your name.
I think Jack will... Well, I already know what Jack's thinking, but...
I mean, if he is thinking.
Blind
I
Jack
think
has
this is
actual
totally-
thought before he does anything.
I think this is totally like in character in the way Jack would think that he's not even thinking about jail. But
It's like jail. Psh, they have to catch you for that.
maybe we can pay bail. Do I have any money?
We should have some, considering, but I don't know who's holding the majority of the coin. Because I know I have some coin that I've picked up, but not a whole lot.
I have 50 gold, so I mean, it's not a high fine.
Well, my father always told me to disregard females and acquire currency. So, needless to say, I have no money.
Needless to say, your mother beat the shit out of him.
That's an interesting part to come into a conversation.
Listen, my parents are very loving people. Just my father says some dumb shit from time to time.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Mom's got a strong
Apparently.
backhand.
Apparent.
Mother would send me out into the desert to find a switch.
I walked
That
for
was
30
And I
Wait,
told her
no,
that
no.
Nintendo isn't making them.
So while we're on break, I had kind of a question for the group. Which one of the skills do you think you get the most mileage out of?
History.
Yeah, history.
Answer.
Easily perception for me.
Probably healing for me. Jack definitely has stealth on his side.
Yeah, D12, you roll a lot of stealth checks with a lot of your characters.
Yes, stealth is probably my highest rolled skill. Second, probably to perception and or a random either survival or equivalent. But yeah, stealth definitely.
Has anyone used swim like more than once a campaign?
I used to.
Depends on the campaign.
True.
I used to.
I mean, that's the problem with swim, and this is why I like 5th edition's bundling of everything into athletics, is that swim and to a lesser extent climb are really based on the environment in which you're in to have use at all. And because of that, it's kind of a point sink. But if you get into one of those environmental situations and you haven't sunk any points into it, you get really hurt by that.
Yeah.
That's why I prefer the idea of bundling it all into a single skill known as athletics. And I like if you were to ask me this question about 5e, I would say athletics hands down.
Got it. I'll actually be right back.
Yeah, I do like how they kind of bundled that. I really liked when Pathfinder came out, the way they bundled the stealth. Remember how 3.5 it was hide and move
pickpocket, it was lock picking, it was stealth, it was hide, it was move silently, it was
Yeah, where they had too many of those.
Yeah, I agree. I just wish they had done that with athletics. And they did in 2e, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. They did some weird stuff with the knowledges, like they got incredibly specific about you get one kind of lore, and it's this really super specific thing in 2e. Like, during that one game we did, you had, like, fishing lore.
Yeah.
Which, I was impressed with the mileage you got out of it, but, very specific.
Yeah, when you know, right?
Yep.
I think the issue with the athletics situation in Pathfinder, wow. I mean, maybe it's not the best like solution, but homebrewing can always help. You want to just combine your climb and and swim into one thing.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think that would be so game breaking to do that as a homebrew situation. Although I would just being objectively, I would keep acrobatics and athletics two separate things.
Yes.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Like a good athlete would be able to swim and climb, but not necessarily do a bunch of flips. You know?
Yeah. I really like the in combat movement option you get with acrobatics, like moving through threatened squares if you want to make the check.
I'll be back.
Always.
I'll get a beer.
I also like the concept of the skill unlocks that you can do as like a variant rule set. Let me look those up real quick.
Are skill synergies still a thing in Pathfinder, or was that just 3.5?
Oh, that was just 3.5, but that was a good idea. I liked skill synergies.
I do too. I thought that was a really interesting concept.
All right, here we go. Skill unlocks, like each 5 ranks you put in a skill, you get like an additional benefit out of. Like with bluff, if you have 5 ranks in bluff, the penalty to bluff a creature after a failed check is halved unless you failed by 5 or more. So, like when someone knows you lied to them, you know, it makes lying to them in the future harder. So that's kind of a cool feature.
Yeah, I like that.
Climb is really good. If you have 5 ranks in climb, you are no longer denied your dexterity bonus when climbing.
Pretty bitchin'.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about skill unlocks.
I just wanted to say that in regards to skills, linguistics opens up a lot of options. But I think the first 2 that should always be grabbed is sign language and read lips. It really, really helps with communicating. And there's so many times where it's like, hey, I have binoculars. I'm muttering, no, I don't. What are they saying? Oh, right.
Need a dire bat.
I can imagine that's Jack's next next animal companion. Just a big dire bat flying
How
around.
many HD is a dire bat? Also, D3, you sound like you're underwater.
Oh no!
sorry.
He went for a swim.
I return.
Hail.
Welcome.
Traveler, stay a while and listen.
Come, stay a while. Listen. Diablo is headed to the east.
Can you explain how this Herodric cube works?
Garage Cube.
The cube of the Herodrum.
Yeah, you could probably get a dire bat. You just have to find one.
Cool. I'm gonna go onto the roof and start my chant.
Okay, it's gonna be a little harder than that.
This is
I do like the idea, though, that he does the chant every night for like a month until he gets leveled high enough that he can get one.
Just a dire moth shows up. No! No! Flips through his instruction manual. Ow! Wrong leg.
No,
Someone gets
not
really
like
upset at him and throws an actual like wooden bat at him.
not like he keeps getting the wrong thing, but like it's just that's how long until he levels up. The ritual is just needs to be done over and over again.
I also like to think that there's a town meeting like, why is he there? Why is he doing this? He wants a dire bat. Alright, let's put out a call for a dire bat. They just give him one. They just drug one up and throw it at him.
He's doing it, shining like, here! And then you see a bat that's being swung right at him.
You're not on the material plane, my friend.
Right? I doubt you'll have to worry much about the bar fight unless...
I want you to know that in my one campaign, I was playing a Beastmaster and had lots of mounts. And the DM was kind of picky, saying like, no, you have to be in the situation to run into those creatures, otherwise I won't allow it. And I wanted to dire bat because I was a sniper build. And finally, after far too much hard work, I realized that there was an island where we found like a giant version of everything, which is always nice. Like, there must be bats there, right? It's like, sure, but you have to convince the captain of the ship to go there. There's giant food there, that's reason enough. He's like, fine. Finally got there and managed to get a dire bat, which my hardened, cruel, nasty-seeming ranger immediately started cuddling with. And where they're like, what's going on? He's like, her name's Kiwi, because she's brown and fuzzy on the outside and sweet on the inside.
To be fair, the flying foxes get really big.
They do.
They do.
If
They get
there could be a
absolutely
giant bat, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a fruit bat. I love flying foxes. I think they're absolutely adorable.
and they're beautiful to look at.
Honestly, bats are delightful. They're so sweet. I'm so glad we managed to away from. These are monsters too. Oh, look at the baby.
I blame the ones with the weird noses.
Yeah,
That's better.
Yeah.
I also blame vampire bats because they pee on you and they drink your blood.
Yep.
Yeah. See, what's great is it's not like I bite your neck and drain you dry. It's like, oh, you sleeping? That's gonna nibble your finger a little bit and lick it.
I'm just gonna let it. Oh yeah.
Like, the fact that their saliva has a built-in painkiller.
Just gonna pee right all over you.
Well, they're just perfectly designed for what they do. You know, get in,
And then it
steal.
turns and looks at you and says, "You know, some people pay for this."
Hey, dude, stop airing my shit.
No king change.
Only king shit. But the video of the little fruit bat eating a banana
That
is
is so awesome.
the greatest thing of all time.
I think one of my favorites. It's in recent times. It is a monkey that peels a banana, and then you know how there's always those like little stringy bits of banana.
Mhm.
The monkey just like peels all it off and throws it away.
I saw that.
Good.
It's so cute.
It's a universal belief.
Quite.
I heard somebody call those banana boogers one time.
Banana what?
Banana boogers.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Apparently, the family that fruit bats are in is called megabats.
Fuck yeah.
Well, that's one thing sorted. So, you know, dire bats and all.
Are there?
All fruit bats are grouped under the group megabats.
Digimon.
I don't know. That sounds more like a lesser kaiju classification.
Right.
Can you imagine Godzilla? This giant bat soars across the sky. They're like, oh no, it's gonna attack the city, and then just lands nearby apple orchard, and just slowly just licking one apple at a time, devouring it. Like, oh, well that's adorable. Let's all go take pictures.
Yep.
Honestly, I still think they would think it was going to eat the city and attack anyways, you know, just straight up. That's the first impression most people end up having, even if it would do something as innocent as, oh, look, food! Yoink. Yoink. There's someone going, he's robbing that orchard! Get him!
Pretty much. Sir, we have to do something. What's that? The kaiju bats invaded. Where is he going? The farmer's market.
Oh no, not the kettle corn!
Anything but the kettle corn.
It makes such a nice treat.
Damn. He
Oh,
got
the
it all
problem.
in one bite.
Oh, the produce man. But I can imagine the kind of giant that would be a kaiju if you happen to be in the VeggieTales universe. Just saying.
Look, let's not get into any VeggieTales mythos.
All right. Give me 1 second and we can restart, or return from break.
Fix him with the vegetables. Vegetables are my Baba Larry. Flies off and just licks them aggressively.
Did you know some bats are capable of living over 25 years?
Really?
Long run for a bat.
So that's like what? Several seasons of Batman alone?
Did you also know that keeping them as pets is considered animal cruelty?
Really? Just keeping them as pets?
Yep.
It's a hard thing to keep as a pet. You know, they need to fly around. They need to eat. It don't seem like they'd live too long in not like really well appointed captivity.
See,
Well,
I suppose I could just live out in the wild with them. Then they can't stop me with the law, but I'm already ignoring the law at that point.
Pet bats don't last more than a year, mostly.
I see.
I'm back.
God, I want to cuddle.
Is everyone back?
I think so.
Oh, wait for Jack. Jack said give him a minute or two.
I was just about to say that I wanted a bat as a pet, like right before you said that that was animal cruelty, and then it made me really sad.
I just looked into it.
Although, I mean, like, according to PETA, all pets are animal cruelty, so...
Well, I mean, the statistics...
It's an eye cruelty.
The statistics of going from a 25-year lifespan to a 1-year lifespan tell you quite a bit about whether or not it's cruelty.
Well, they're just not the kind of animal that can live with humans real well. I mean,
yeah,
we
they
don't.
just need too much space.
Yeah.
Well, I totally get it. I totally get that that's cruelty. I'm just throwing shade at PETA, because fuck PETA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Just a vital thought, but Batman became Batman because he was afraid of bats, and he wanted to, master that fear. Do you think he's ever down in, like, bat cave, and there's, like, a bat goes right close to his face, like, ah, Jesus. Just gets by it. Like, no one truly ever masters their fear and becomes, like, 1,000%.
Yeah, true.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Batman is Batman.
I just really want to see, like, him and Supra going down to the lair and just a few bats go by. He's like, ah, gee, you saw nothing. You saw nothing.
What do you say, Batman? You can't take your motif from
Well,
the
then
very animal.
why he made his sidekick Robin.
Right?
Meanwhile, Robin's looking at a tree. God, I think I see one.
Meanwhile's like, Robin, what are you afraid of? They're just birds. He goes in the bat cave, he just tenses up like a statue. You okay there, Batman?
Robins, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's a battle. He's like, where? Starts swatting his hand violently. The bat flies to Robin. Essentially uses his arm like a purge, just hangs there. Looks at Robin and goes, what's his problem? I love it. I have 1,000% for the universe where Batman's still easily spooked by bats. Is everyone back, or should I just keep talking about Batman?
Yes, I've been back.
All right, we're good to go.
Okay, welcome back. So,
One last thing that I wanted to say that was really, really funny with Batman, where he's going, all right, now, Robin, remember, stealth is key. Now, here's your bright red uniform.
Look, we all know you catch bullets for Batman. So, high or low, Jack?
Hi. Low it
Okay.
is.
So, the two of you make your way back home. You see the guys are doing something, speaking some alien language.
So you hear a dark chanting of Mashana, Wakana, Sedra, and then I finish. Did I get my order in correctly?
I think so. You're a remarkably fast learner.
Oh,
But we
yeah.
won't know until you've summoned another demon.
That's how you ask where the bathroom is. Though on the plane of water, it's everywhere.
Gross.
I don't know.
Oh,
I think it would be nowhere.
To each their own.
Let's see.
But yeah, when I walk in, I'll look over. Gentlemen, good to see you. Where's Jack? He's not here, is he? I look under the table.
I'm gonna feign surprise. Why? I thought Jack was with you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, last time I saw him, he just ran.
Trips on his way in the door.
Oh, no, young man. You
Oh, there he is. Oh, look at
the coin. You got it wrong. So after about 5 or so minutes, there's a knocking on the door.
Oh
I'll
boy.
get it. I go and I open the door.
So you see Oscar, the man that runs the Laughing Demon.
Oscar, it's so nice to see you.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay.
Coated in flour, a large red tomato has clearly been splattered in his face, and a fish is coming out of his pants. In his arm is Jack, tied up with butcher's twine, and a large apple has been placed in his mouth. Here you go. Take him from me, please.
Raphael.
In the other hand is a
Crying.
bowling pin.
Raphael is literally rolling on the floor, laughing his ass off.
Grigori is laughing with him. By the
I'm
way,
going
they're both on the floor laughing.
I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna say, "Your new style is interesting.
He bites
did
through
you
the apple and starts laughing.
Did you redo the hole in this kind of new decor, or?"
Oscar just closes the door.
No! I open it again, and I press Digim.
Away.
I press Digim. I clean him all up. I draw all the flour and gross stuff off of him into a big ball.
I'm gonna give him like 10 gold for damages.
He looks at it. He broke a window.
I'll chip in 10 gold. So I'm shaking myself from the reverie, just being surprised at the turn of events. And before when it was happened, that caused both Raphael and Grigori to be rolling the floor laughing. But yeah, I throw in 10 gold as well to help pay for things.
Thank you.
Jack stops laughing just long enough to go, wait! and he worms his way over to the door and pulls out one of his smaller coin pouches and throws it to the innkeep.
Yeah, takes it.
It's my favorite coin! It's for you! Best night ever!
Okay, little friend. You can
I'm
come
gonna
back in 5 days, and if you do that again, as he pulls out an eggplant, I'll use this to gag you.
Ooh.
Oh, come on! The apple was great!
I'm gonna look at the floating ball of flour and stuff. I'm gonna be like, "Do you want this or?"
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Drop it on Jack.
As
That's
you
what
see him
Raphael
turn
was telling me.
and limp away back to his business.
As Jack's
Wait, he's
squirming his way
limping?
back inside.
Oh yeah, he's limping.
Oh no, I'll definitely heal him then.
You heal his pain, but not his pride.
God damn it. I almost choked.
As Jack is crawling back in as fast as
I'm
he
gonna say, could you all hold Jack and get his mouth open for me real quick?
Wait, hold on.
What?
With those words, Jack realizes he may have fucked up.
18 on my strength check.
He's bound.
Damn.
Roll me a perception
I'm gonna
check,
take
Deacon.
this. That was to hold him.
I know, just roll me a perception check, Deacon.
Oh, perception. Deacon?
Yeah. For Deacon, because he's close enough in the mouth.
Nope. Don't see it.
Oh, look, there's another owl. And a bat! Oh, they're friends. That's cute.
I'm gonna walk up to him with this floating ball of mostly flour, so it's nothing like huge gross. But it's also not clean. And I'm gonna look at him and I go, I see that you've caused trouble.
Did not.
And I'm gonna drop the matter after I drop this into your mouth. And I drop it.
So you know how there's those red bean paste buns?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that, but a tomato.
Jeez.
Only it's filled with rage.
And raw fish and and flour, so it's all gritty. Some dirt.
Notably, better tasting than Kendra's cooking.
Before I could try to stop anything, it's already happened.
And then I'll turn to the others and I say, well, I think this situation has been resolved and we don't ever have to deal with this again. Let's just not talk about it and be happy when we don't have to deal with that.
Agreed.
Great.
I will.
I'm gonna be moving my temples, I'm doing this whole thing going, this is probably what Kendra felt after we had the debacle trying to contact the Spider-Man via seance. I said rub my temples and I go then to the kitchen to get a bit of water for Jack.
That's a good point. Leave Jack tied up.
I guess
Into this.
Jack! You're already untied by the time I say it, and I'm like, Jack, come on! There's the Splatterman issue. You gotta be tied up.
We're like, yeah, keep Jack tied up, and we look over and it's just like a little pile of twine.
He's kind of pulling it into a ball so we can knit with it later.
Jack, it's time for everyone to go to sleep, and when you sleep, an evil ghost takes over your mind. So, since no one will follow my advice and marry you, we need to tie you up.
To be fair, like even when you're planning to marry off Jack, it would take a while for, I guess, things to settle in, and I guess his new identity to supersede his old identity, I guess.
Alternatively, someone could adopt him. But he'd be giving up his life before this. So
I don't think he's gonna. I don't know. Even if someone adopts him, I don't think Jack's gonna stop being Jack.
Although it's all about the name, though, not about the person.
At the notion of adoption, Jack, you can't help but think back to your second father.
Anyway, so Jack, your options right now are to run away and then cause mischief and maybe even hurt Sika again. Or to let me tie you up.
He sits there looking at you for a while. But it won't work.
Why not?
Because I don't like rope.
Why not?
Because it's good for climbing and useful things.
Then why don't... Well, I don't understand. What are you trying to tell me?
I don't know.
Well, that's not very helpful now, is it, Jack?
What if we tie you up with this lovely silk?
Looks at silk rope, looks back at his coarse hemp rope, looks at the silk rope. It'll be a new experience.
All right, let's tie him up and then hang him from something. So he's like spinning in a little bed.
Saucy.
It is at this point I would like to say D6 damage does not endorse suspension play in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, I've been doing it quite a lot.
You say that now.
You say that now. Remember, kid, if you're gonna do suspension play, do it with somebody that knows what they're doing and has clean equipment.
Also, make sure you pick a safe word.
Always.
Always have a safe word.
Avatar! Avatar!
My safe word is blueberry pancakes.
It's like, you know how many people are not going to know what's going on, and then for the rest of them that are going to have exactly an idea of what's going on and going to be like, come on, guys.
I'm really just hanging him up so it's harder for him to get away. To be clear, but I do like the idea that we basically wrap him up in a blanket and then just have him spin the whole night.
Oh god, I know what you guys are going to be hearing in the morning.
Think of this as getting into the mindset for your bat. You know, your
yeah. You like bats, don't you?
There's a scowling look on his face as he's muttering something in a language you don't understand.
Okay. Anyway, I think that's done. Now we can all go to sleep.
So, as you all make your way to rest.
And to be clear, I only sleep 1 hour.
Okay. And what's causing you to only sleep 1 hour?
I'm terrified of sleeping for longer.
Okay, then. Roll me a fortitude.
I've been running around with exhaustion already, so... Where's my fortitude button? I can remember how to play this game, I swear.
Right.
25, natural 20.
Okay. You managed to bypass what I had planned.
Yeah, sweet. Haha.
You managed to get about 45 minutes of sleep. It was difficult to do. You managed it, as you were all aware by gentle pain.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
You are awoken by gentle rain.
Oh, okay, rain. Gotcha.
You spin me right round, baby, right round. Round, round.
As you are asleep there, Jack, hanging, you note a drip noise as something hits the back of your head. And you are awoken from your sleep and look up to see that there's a leak in the ceiling. You right in the head, and you can't move.
Spins out of the way. Eventually.
And now your butt's wet.
Oh no! Is it better or
Oh
worse?
no, there's nothing worse than wet butt.
It sounds like a job for Sal. He can climb on roof. He can climb on the ceiling.
And he just drinks
I mean,
the
you
water.
just put him over the spot, he'll be fine.
Alright, well, is there any indication that something happened to Jack? Or I was watching him through the night. Is there any indication that he gets possessed?
I assume he gets moldy.
Yeah, outside of being very, very damp, nothing suggests he's been possessed.
Okay. And there's no strange things in the night?
Nope, you missed it.
Alright, sounds good. Then I'm going to untie him. Very carefully and gently.
Okay.
So, was it that bad? Or was that okay?
Hold on. He stands there for a half a second, looks at you with a slight scowl on his face, shakes, as you would expect and just kind of flings water on everyone around him and walks off.
I didn't know about the leak.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
I thought he would have liked it.
Raphael shows up with freshly brewed coffee and tea.
No, thank God.
Here you go, little cold buddy.
Give me coffee. I just run at you and snatch the coffee out of your hand.
It's interesting because you've only seen his eyes go so deep whenever he's casting spells. And now he's not casting any spells, but boy, do his eyes look sunken in.
He likes his
Have
coffee
you seen
extra dark.
Have you seen the meme where it's Prince Zuko, but he's got the burn on both eyes? It's like, did you sleep well last night? Me.
I have not, but I want to.
It's tremendous.
I'm just gonna drink all the coffee and I'll be like, alright. Is everybody ready to hit Harrowstone and kill another ghost?
Yeah. I bust out another thing of coffee because I knew that Cyphus was going to drink the whole one pot, so I made two.
Oh, thank you, Raphael. I can get some coffee and I get some coffee too.
The coffee pot and looks at all of you. Pours himself a small glass.
So, slowly but surely, you see Boots walk in, meowing at the smell of the coffee, as Asika is quick to follow behind, staying a good distance away from you, Jack. And then you hear a small, even as you see Higgins go flying across the room as Kendra bolts awake.
Yeah, you tell him.
Kendra, you alright? I see looking at...
I make an okay breakfast.
Did you put the goblin in my lap?
No. Apparently he wants someplace warm and he made himself at home, I suppose.
He didn't say any of that. You guys just did that.
Cute, I didn't want to bother you.
Okay. Wait a minute. As she goes to you and Grigori, did anybody get hurt last night?
No.
As she puts a hand on your ears. Grigori and Raphael.
Oh.
Yeah, you're exempt.
I'll keep an eye and make sure nothing happened.
What did she say, Grigori and Raphael? What?
She grabbed you by the ears and asked if anybody got hurt last.
I said, oh,
No.
She's not squeezing yet. She's just holding them. But the implication is there.
nothing happened. Nobody. Everything is fine.
Alright, both of you roll bluff.
But nobody did get hurt.
Jack and Deacon died and then came back to life, and then Jack died again.
Whoa! Oh, you're talking about that. I thought she was referring to, like...
Oh yeah, like she knows the play.
Literally last night.
She does if she's the bad guy.
Oh, then I'm just going to relay what happened. I'm like, okay, listen, everybody's fine now, but some things did go down. We're fighting ghosts and stuff. Like, these things happen, Habibti.
We do have a lead on the professor's death.
Yep, she believes me.
You know, you just have that really trusting, honest look in your eyes.
Grigori's doing the Puss in Boots face.
Yes! That's exactly what he's doing! Kendra, would I ever lie to you?
No, as she just moves the hand from the ear to the cheek and then puts both hands on your ears, Raphael.
I didn't do anything!
I'm going to try to distract
She puts both hands on his ears and goes, "What are you?"
No.
I'm going to try to distract her by saying...
Eyes.
By saying...
And I'm going to
okay.
You know, our faces are very close together.
May I
She was
talk?
blushing a little bit, but it's hard for you to blush back with the pain. So did anyone get hurt?
Cyphus?
Oh, now I get to talk. Thank you. I'm going to try to distract her by saying, we weren't hurt any particular or any way lasting, but we do have a new lead on the professor's death.
Oh, as she turns and pulls Raphael's face with her. Rather absent-mindedly, you assume, and you don't assume, Cyphus.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to kind of let her in on what we know from the ghost lady, and that we think that the warden's spirit has been drawn to...
Wait, there's a ghost lady now?
Well, no, I'm telling her about that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's how she's responding.
I say, yeah, there's a ghost lady, it's no big deal. She's keeping the other bad ghosts away.
Oh, okay.
What do you think attacked you?
I don't know. It looked undead.
Yeah, I think it's something that was made by the ghosts.
I mean, I know there's something going on. I just didn't hear about a ghost lady.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't tell you, except maybe I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna let her in all that and tell her that after our month here is up, we are gonna go to what was Leningrad? It's not Leningrad. Where are we going?
This is the reign of winter.
Lepidstadt? We're going to Lepidstadt to follow up.
Well, I'd hope so. That's where my father wanted you to return those books.
Yes, but we think there's more than just the books. We think that maybe there's clues as to where his killers went.
Alright, then.
Now I want to do a sense motive to see if any of this is already known to her, and if she really is the bad guy.
Alright, go on.
Where is my sense motive? It's an S, so it's down at the bottom. Natural 20.
Oh!
Ooh.
She's the bad guy?
So, you look into her eyes, and you feel a force compelling you, looking past her lies, past all. She definitely can't be trusted, you think. But you also see in her eyes softness. You see that young girl you went to school with, who was a constant friend to you and Rigel. How many times the idea that you were alone would never come up because she was there. You had friends, and life was good. And you think back to before that book, and before all this darkness consumed you, and a little part of you wants what you know you can't have. Something tells you you can't trust her, but your heart says otherwise.
I'm a
Something
scientist.
is the book. You look over. There was never a time before me, Cyphus. You need me. Don't trust her.
My mind's telling me no, but my
I've got docs. I've got docs. Just got beauty. I'm better than that.
I'm a man of science. I don't let my heart guide what I do.
Alright, then kill her.
No. The book. Kill her.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. You all see Cyphus holding two lightsabers. You're like, wait, I didn't know we were allowed that.
But I have really bad strength and dexterity score, so I miss.
So,
I'm not sure.
Raphael, did anybody get hurt last night?
I'm telling her what happened. Like,
Okay, so at the
I
mention
was saying no.
axe
I'm
wound
talking
going into
about
Jack's stomach.
Gallivant bar.
What?
I was saying no, talking about like us gallivanting to the bar. Like, no, nothing went wrong at the bar. But
Okay.
if we're talking about what happened at Arrowstone, yeah, I'm going to be completely honest with it.
Okay, so you think you're out of the doghouse for a story, and then there's a hand on your ear.
Joke's on you, I'm kind of into this now.
And she just pulls you two down to eye level as you're a bit taller than her. What did I ask you to do last night? Or yesterday?
An intelligence save? I don't remember.
I believe she asked you to make sure we were safe.
To make sure nobody got
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. We were making sure everyone was safe.
And Jack, what happened to you? Deacon, what happened to you?
Bluffing.
To be fair, I wasn't dead for very long.
Twist goes harder.
Equally, Kendra, it's not like we took any lasting harm.
What
I
about
mean,
you, Jack?
I slew the Lopper. I blew him apart.
It's really hard for you to be as as you
You're
tilted
cutting
and
in now.
twisted.
Ow, 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 ow.
At that point, I step in going, Kendra, I appreciate you're trying to make sure we're all safe there, but you have to understand, the thing we have to do not only to keep people on the Harrowstone and yourself safe, but also what we have to do to find out the professor's death. There's going to be things that are going to, I guess, like a better word, endanger our lives, but point is, these are kind of occupational hazards we have to do, we have to sort of undergo in order to find out what's going on. Why the professor was targeted, why all this is happening. I appreciate you want it safe, but right now, I don't think we can mitigate all risk. I'm grateful that you care for us and you don't want us to get harmed, but there's only so much we can do to make sure we don't get harmed. We may not have we may not come out of this without cuts and bruises, but we'll do everything in our power to keep ourselves alive so we can come back. I promise you that.
Roll me a perception check.
All right.
All of us are just Rigel.
Here we go. I'm too dumbfounded by the comical sight of Kendra pulling Grigori and Raphael by the ears to...
Yeah, no, their heads kind of like are touching now, making kind of an arch between you and her. Well, I just don't want to see you get hurt, okay? I don't want to see any of you get hurt. I've lost so much, and she's still holding your ears twisted.
Message received.
I've lost so much already.
Guys.
Yes.
All right, high or low?
Hi.
Low.
I think
In the
high.
middle.
I'll go with
I
high.
was totally wrong.
Okay. It was low. It was low. He's not into it. Raphael's not into this.
As I was saying, gentlemen, I've lost so much already. I don't think I have the strength to lose any more. So please, as she puts her hand in yours, Rigel, be careful, okay?
He
Get a room.
She keeps one in his hand, but is still able to grab onto both of her ears for some reason.
Oh no, there's a quick snap as she's let go, and you two just jerk back to the comfortable position.
At that point,
It's ice.
You realize, Raphael, Samurai could.
You cut
That
out.
was perfectly cut out.
As you realize, Raphael, Samurai could not have guided you out.
Even Sarah and Ray up there going like, "Hey man, hell hath no fury."
Ask for Asma, you already dug that grave.
I'm gonna just get a room, love bugs.
well,
Stop flirting, more killing.
All right, now that we've performed the ritual of appeasement of the angry girlfriend, we have a question in chat. It's my party is also playing the Carrion Crown. Where are you in the story, guys? And we are in the first module, the beginning of the adventure. And we are going into Harrowstone and causing problems and having fun.
We just killed the Lopper.
Yep.
Definitely causing problems and having fun.
Mostly causing problems for the DM.
If they call him the Lopper, then we gotta call Grigori the Showstopper.
Alright. Like I said, less flirting, more murdering.
well,
Yeah, let's.
With your perception, Rigel, you do note a bit of blush when she says that she can't stand to see anyone else go.
Kiss her! Just get in the background.
Now,
Kiss
you
her!
see notably more blush as trying to speedrun the romance option.
Yes, thank you. I can handle it from here. Thank you
Why
for
have you always been like this? Just kiss her already!
She is blushing, and she has taken your shield, walking away. Bring her face.
No. She needs to go full tsundere and like bash someone's head in with the shield.
What do you think the shield's for?
I like you, stupid baka.
Then dies as she coup de grace.
When she goes to reach for the shield, Jack pushes her ever so gently in the butt into Rigel.
Yes! Oh, forget.
You know what? You go to push her, and she pushes you back.
She just slapped you
Her
with the
combat
shield.
maneuver defense is 19.
Oh,
Holy crap!
more of her catching herself.
Faces red as apple. Faces red as a tomato. He goes, look, Kendra, we're gonna have to take this up later.
Come on, she booked.
I will say it's probably for the best. It would be inauspicious to begin a relationship on this particular day, and I look out at the rain.
You hear another small scream come from Kendra as she goes upstairs. Also, Cyphus, you don't get any XP for killing the mood.
Yeah, Cypress is impatient.
Oh, yes.
I was ready to kill something.
Jack
Oh, you
rolls
keep
back.
killing one thing, Cypress. You just keep killing one.
Yo, come on! It's literally been like 20 years, and you still haven't kissed her.
From behind the couch. Go on then, kiss the girl.
Like, how can she? She is sending you clear signals.
Yes, Cypress, thank you.
Mister, I don't follow my heart, but apparently I can.
I've studied a lot,
Probably
and
a
I can
stick moment.
intellectually understand the signaling. Now, if it were being signaled towards me, who knows? But
We're really missing out on that Gregorius Cyphus.
What the?
Gonna have quite the time if you kiss the girl.
Jack, let it go.
Oh,
Jack, are you gonna take a level in Bard too?
Oh my god, yes.
Oh.
You could be able to hide in your own bongo drum.
Hops over the couch.
I do like the musical aspect of
Look
Jack.
like a crab, or like yourself wearing a bad crab outfit.
I was gonna go for like more of a Metal Gear Solid, like creeping along the bongo.
That would be really funny. All right, let's go here.
Jack.
Anywho,
Well, my face looking like a red tomato, and steam coming out of it. This time, a little bit more aggravation than embarrassment. I put my hood over my fingers. Let's just go. What the? Slightly grumbling.
Back and pre-wrapped sandwiches for everyone.
Thank you. Is what you hear as I go out the door.
as you make your way out, Rigel, you do see a familiar face walking past your place. It's Gibbs Hephaestus, the individual that was locked up in jail with all of you.
Does he notice my presence? Why doesn't he just walk down the street and as if he doesn't know?
He does not appear to.
Have a bit of a recap on him. I don't remember him very well.
So Gibbs was involved with the our first dealings with the town, where some people may or may not have been murdered.
I remember Gibbs now. I remember
No
Gibbs.
body.
And he was in jail with us, and there is some dark force eating his soul from the inside out. At least that would be my guess.
Yes, I remember him now.
Are we leaving
I'm-
Sika with
Perception real quick.
Kendra?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Until I know she's not in danger,
Or
Sika's
the evil
staying
bad
with
guy.
her. Yeah.
To the point Gibbs crosses my path, and I go from this like grumbling about how things went. Suddenly my mind just shot wide open, looking at Gibbs. I think for a minute that he's gonna scrap as if he's gonna want to fight with me. I'm ready in battle mode, but as soon as the minute passes by, it's kind of like, oh, he's not gonna fight me. So at that point, I'm just locked onto Gibbs, just seeing what he's doing, what's he, what his next action is. Just locked on, as if a hawk just found a rabbit.
He appears to be walking home after a long night in jail.
Huh.
Jack is gonna follow him.
No! We're going to Harrowstone!
Yeah, Jack. We have other souls to deal with.
Jack's only gonna follow him for a very short while, just to get a good look at him. Damn, a really good look at him.
You take off his clothes without him noticing.
You realize he does
I can see that. I know that butt cheek anywhere. I can identify that man by his little toe.
I will be able to from now on, but no, I'm playing. What does anything look off about him or different from the first time I met him till now?
You are watching him as he goes by. You are... Roll me a stealth check real quick.
Oh, come on, do I have to be inconspicuous while I'm being suspicious at the same time? I mean, I find myself very...
Okay, so as you begin to follow him, he seems to be annoyed, upset, not drunk yet, which might be part of why he's so upset. But you note something on the back of his forearm. There's a small cut that's healing. 3 little cuts that dug deep for a moment, but are healing over. And you note beneath his finger nails some blood.
The cat.
I know that much, but I'm trying to think of one other thing. I'm trying to figure out where he could have blood that hasn't washed away. So I'm going to...
As you recall, in your prison, not exactly the cleanest place, with hand soap in a sink.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna dang near run into Rigel as I'm looking for Raphael.
Well, Jack, what is it? What's going on with Gibbs?
Oh, yeah. I think he was the one who jacked Sika up in a couple days ago.
It's much too small for Sika.
Okay, not Sika. Boots. There we go. I think he's the one who jacked up Boots a couple days ago. And he looks awfully suspicious with blood under his nails.
Blood under his nails? How'd that happen?
Well, I don't know. That's why he looks suspicious.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then I run past you.
What the? Blood under his nails. How?
Gregory!
Yes? He's just right there.
Deacon!
Yes?
That is our culprit!
Behind Grigori.
That's our culprit! Get him!
What is he guilty of?
Suspicious activities. He has blood and wounds.
That describes
And then
most of the people in this party.
And then I will describe his wounds
As
and
Jack
the
is
location of
currently
the blood.
scratching his axe hole.
Walking up to Gregorian Deacon, I just go, yeah, don't you find it a little odd that Gibbs of all people has blood under his nails? I mean, unless he's scratching a scalp or something really hard, I don't see why he'd be scratching himself to the point where he has blood in there.
I think it's totally I think it's totally reasonable to assume the Spider-Man has his name, and that makes him do stuff at night.
I agree. I think that he is most likely enthralled to the dark powers.
Good. Yeah, but if you asked him, he hasn't slept well the last few nights.
I don't want to do that. I wanted to get him.
Well, no, I think we should deal with the Spider-Man instead.
Yeah.
But who has him if the Splatterman is going after me?
You said the Spider-Man can only have one person.
Yeah.
I thought that was what's in his lore. Goes and points at...
Oh. Fair
Jack
point.
just pulls out a trading card.
No. So, okay, here's the counter to that. The counter to that is his target is Vanessa, or whatever her name is.
Visoriana.
Visoriana.
Okay, I thought
Hey,
you was like Kendra, man. Come on.
You're just a tool to get that. So he could have multiple tools, but his target is Visoriana.
That's what I'm thinking too. He may have your name, but who's to say you're the only agent? Even if he doesn't succeed in fully throwing you and taking you over, he could have other people, probably numerous people in town that he's already enthralled, taking his name, and have agents there too. Yeah, we gotta get this Carol. If he's powerful enough to use that magic of his to enthrall people, I wouldn't put it past him. Come on, let's get the Herald Stone and get it. Deal with this guy now. It's the piper.
Can we kill something that powerful?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gory can.
True. Wait, who said that?
Sal just pokes his head out from behind Deacon.
Ah, there you are, Sal. Come, let's go.
Oh, man, we're gonna have to
Slowly
get
starts to come.
We're gonna have to get art for Doom Boy. That's just Sal.
I'm quite happy with my icon, but I would love it. I would love it every single waking moment.
It would, well, to be fair, it'd be your icon with a smile, but just on Sal. With the little eye stalk and the same little grin.
Oh god, photoshopped beautifully to meld in.
See, I want to see
Even with eye stalk.
Sal, but his eye stalk's bent in the way to make a heart. Which everyone's like, "Oh, he loves you," but he's just doing a staring contest with himself.
Alright, let's go murder something.
Yes.
So, you all begin making your way out. What?
Well, murder it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
So,
sounds legal.
you all begin to make your way up to Harrowstone, watching Gibbs make his way into his shack. You climb up through the rain, and you're certain between the rain here.
I'm not sure if that made it creepier that he cut out during it, or if it actually just kind of sounded appropriate.
Oh, stop, please. Any idea where it's coming from?
Harrowstone.
Alright, let's kill him.
And that's where we're going to stop for today.
God damn it!
Come back next time and watch the party compete in the Harrowstone Battle of the Bands.
Look, my immediate image is Raphael with a massive... I thought we were going to be a hairband.
I would rock the shit out of that.
Jack, dressed like a member of KISS. I missed a memo!
He would definitely be the drummer.
It's Cyphus, for no reason whatsoever, is dressed for ABBA.
Deacon would be Slipknot with the masks.
Yeah.
I really want to see take Deacon's mask. It's just a Russian nesting doll situation.
Oh, look! Oh, dang it!
Just look at it go. Just.
Yep.
Wow. Huh.
Now let's see what Deacon really looks at. What the?
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling adventurers.
Pull away enough masks and it's Jack under there.
Hi!
I'm just as confused as you are.
Well, thank you for joining us on another exciting adventure in the Carrion Crown. Be sure and come back next week for more thrills, chills, and even spills. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, we should totally tell them about what's going to